What's going on, people? I'm going to talk about crypto risks, right? So, so I've been talking about Gandhiji a lot, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Um, I played a lot in crypto, and I enjoy it. I can't lie. I really do enjoy it. I've I don't take it serious to where it's a financial strategic investment power moves per se, because there's risk in everything, right? But well, what I've learned so far, and I like to talk about these things because I think it's important. What I've learned so far is when you find something that works, when you find something, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. And I'm not trying to, be all philosophical and mystical and all that, but if you find something that works, the chances of you becoming, successful at what it is that actually works are greater than, doing something that will give you adverse results. Gandhiji.io is a smart contract written on the Ethereum blockchain that models the hourglass uh, style of contract. A successful hourglass contract that was mimicked by, that was, first introduced by P3D, a successful contract, Gandhiji.io. I remember when P3D launched, like the last week of February of 2018, when the Ethereum count was about in the low hundreds. I'm talking about like 150, maybe 200 ETH. And I played that game, and it was great. It was great. It was great. The only thing that I found that was kind of turned me off about the model of that weak hands concept. It's not necessarily the concept by itself. It's the fact that people who had weak hands were made to feel were belittled. It's a game, it's whoever has the strongest hand who can hold on to those tokens. Whoever does that is the victor, becomes the winner. In Gandhiji.io, the message that's attached to that contract, it's not just about having weak hands and strong hands, because either way, no one's belittled when you're, selling your tokens or whatever, right? That's a plus. I think. I mean, it's no, slight to P3D either. People, human beings, you're dealing with, whatever. So it's no slight when I say that. That's just the only thing that I noticed, that people were just made fun of who sold their tokens and stuff. But the platform still to this day is running. Gandhiji.io, with its vision to address a fundamental need for the people of India to participate in the crypto market is huge because, in India, the RBI and the governmental bodies over there are anti-crypto, and they're spreading some scary information about, threatening people with, jail time, upwards of 10 years just for the hint of even smelling like you have cryptocurrency, and you're getting locked up for 10 years. Everything so far right now over there is tied up in their, judicial system, in their Supreme Court. So Gandhiji.io was put forth to help the people of India engage and interact in crypto, right? Without having a single point of reference, which is why it's decentralized. Anyone who has internet access throughout the world can interact with this contract without any barriers. That's why it's borderless, permissionless, trustless. And that's huge. That's huge. And although it's been in existence for 18 months, the whole market is in its infancy. So you could imagine cryptocurrency, being active for 10 years, still in its infancy. Gandhiji.io and applications such as Gandhiji.io, right, are in their infancy. So there's just so much room for growth, development, improvement to address a multitude of issues, a multitude. So could you imagine if, it's there. There's just the potential is vast and limitless, and this is not just singled out to Gandhiji.io, but crypto in general, because you can sort of like relate cryptocurrency to the advent of the internet, when AOL used to be the premier sort of like internet service provider. And, it was so clunky. You had to use dial-up and all that crazy sound the thing would make. And then, it comes on and, AOL Messenger, and, you had Lycos and these Netscape kinds of craziness. People were against using emails. They thought that was Big Brother watching you. And in the early 90s, internet was in its clunky, crazy stage. And look now, almost 30 years later or so, look at the advancements that have occurred, since then. I'm using a phone to communicate via this phone on the internet, to communicate with anyone in the world who has access to the same equipment that I'm using. That's incredible. That's incredible. So, and cryptocurrency is following that type of wave, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, because the space runs so fast, because the technology moves so quick. If you miss a week in crypto, you missed years worth of information and changes and developments and all kinds of updates. Why risk your hard-earned energy? I'm going to say, because this is about energy and the application of energy and using it to reap the benefits of your energy. Why waste your energy on garbage? I remember when P3D came out and Gandhiji.io followed suit in April of the same year, 2018. Gandhiji.io followed suit right after P3D launched, less than 2 months after P3D. You had a whole slew of imitation copycat contracts that have come out and since defecated on all the users that been in those contracts. You don't hear about those contracts anymore. Now that 18 months later, close to exactly 18 months later, Gandhiji.io has remained in existence, stronger than ever, proven itself through 18 months, through different cycles of up and down, doling out dividends to all token holders. You know, you're seeing history repeat itself again with other smart contracts trying to, you know, take monies from people using the same sort of hourglass style, and just it's sad because those contracts don't seem to have a purpose other than grabbing your money and running, because so many contracts have gone and just simply done that. They've taken your monies and there's no way to get the monies back, and then you're holding this bad experience, right? You're experiencing something so negative, and it turns you off to the decentralized application space altogether. When people say to me, because when people have said, not necessarily to me, that they don't like the decentralized application space, the DApp space, I could understand why. I could understand why. When you don't understand hourglass, when you don't understand how these things work, when you're impatient and you want to make money real fast, it's easy not to understand it, especially when a lot of these platforms crap on the people. They shut down, they exit scam, they take their money, they disappear, and no one's the wiser. You can't retrieve your funds. Of course you're not going to like the dApps anymore. Of course Ethereum, yes, it's slow. The Ethereum Foundation is taking forever to, introduce whatever they have to introduce, Constantinople, whatever upgrades, Ethereum 2.0, staking. It's taking a long time, but advancements are being made. Things that are great take a while to produce, take a while to create. So if you have Gandiji.io as far as a resource and you've used it, you can attest and say, okay, well, this has worked. So why am I going to jump ship and not use something that worked and use something else because I see it as an opportunity to come up real fast? Because you thinking you missed the wave in Gandiji. Gandiji's here for the long haul. So it's almost like it's never too late to join the contract, no matter how high Ethereum it holds or how low. It's about knowing your tolerance, testing your tolerance for risk, and using what works to your advantage. I think. I could be wrong. It just only makes sense to me. I like to keep things simple. I don't like to make things confusing or complex, because all things that are complex come from simple beginnings. And this simply works. Gandiji.io simply works. And why not spread the word? Why not share the news? Why not let the world know that this contract is here? It's here for the life. As long as Ethereum is alive, the contract of Gandiji.io will be alive and servicing all participants who are involved in the contract. It's simple mathematics in that sense, right? 1 + 1 = 2. So you could look at other contracts that profess to do the same thing, but if they don't have a standing history, or if they can't deliver the facts to show you, and they're just mimicking what something that's been working is doing, the likelihood of them scamming based on previous history is very high. Reduce risk. That's all I'm saying. Reduce your risk. And if you're a gambling person, because I'm again, I see it as a game, even though that's just my interpretation. It's a serious project though, because there's a serious vision and mission attached to the Gandiji.io project. But like many people say, don't put monies in that you can't afford to lose, which to me, I can't afford to lose any type of bread. So that's just me. Any type of bread that I can't afford to lose any of it. And this right here is exit scam proof. these are the funds that I'm not even going to name that profess to do the same thing. And it's P3D, Gandhiji.io. Those are the two off the Ethereum blockchain that I know for a fact are solid. These other ones have to prove themselves. If you're willing to, experiment and kind of like be the guinea pig to risk loss, that's a chance you have to take. But I'm just talking about erring on the side of caution, people. Erring on the side of caution and do the right thing for yourself, and learn from previous mistakes and history. History tends to repeat itself, so the clones are coming. But pay attention to the leader, because imitation is flattery. It is what it is. So take care, be well, and I'll catch everyone in the next video.